Look at the built-in RGB on the back of this monitor and tell me that's not sick, fam. Yes, what's good, people? It's a man like Jamo. We're reviewing a big boy ultra-wide gaming monitor today. Big shout out to the guys at Philips EVNIA for hooking this up for review. I think without any further ado, we have to go into the specs that get me most gassed about this bad boy thing. 34-inch ultra-wide thing here, 21:9, so you're getting mad horizontal screen real estate. You'll see in the B-roll that the games just show you so much more when you're looking at them on an ultra-wide thing. Not to mention you get that at 2K resolution, not quite 4K, but it's not going to stress your computer to run it, and it's still going to look better than 1080p at the same time. So for me, it's definitely a W. You got up to 175 Hz of refresh rate, even at this resolution, which is a wild thing because it's display HDR 400 verified, which I don't think is the highest level of HDR you can get, but I don't even know what they're doing with HDR these days, fam. They got 1600, 400, it's all at Mazza, but let me just tell you that spec in it. And last but not least, you got a whole RGB Light Show on the back of the thing, fam, which I'm gonna go into later because you've even got different modes that you can set the thing up in, innit? Now, just to show you the setup that we got this monitor in real quick, we got it plugged into the MSI Superpower Computer 3000, aka the Aegis Ti5. I'll put a link to where man's actually reviewed that in the description section below as well. And then on this side, we got my Sammy CRG9. But as you can see, just look at these viewing angles on the EVNIA monitor, fam. Can you see how the colors of the picture do not change whatsoever, no matter which angle you're looking at the thing on, fam? The viewing angles are mad. Obviously, the thing is curved, which helps it as well. But yeah, look at that. That's wavy, fam. Even from this angle here, fam, you're still getting the same picture quality, which is sick for a monitor like this. Now, even the movement and adjustment angles on the default stand are legitimate, fam. Like, man can tilt it to that side, man can tilt it to this side, man can do the up thing, you understand? Man can do the down thing, you know them ones there. You can't rotate it on this one, because obviously it's an ultra wide, so the one side is gonna slap the floor. But you can do, let me do the teabag test. Okay, is it? Yeah, the teabag test is teabagging, fam. Okay. Now it moves up and down really nicely, fam. Let me have a look at the back now and see what I want. Now, guys, yeah, just look how they're moving with the back of this monitor, cuz look at this. Look at the RGB thing going on down the middle, going on in each of these lights down the side and everything. If I show you the other side, same thing, brother. Same thing going on there, fam. Let me put the light on that side, make it look a little brighter, you understand? Look how they got the thing up, fam. They're not messing around in the RGB here. Now, I have got an adapter so that man can put this on like a VESA mount thing. But I'm not going to do that, obviously, because, man, this is just a review unit for me, innit? And people, them, let me not forget the light show, fam. RGB all over the back of this thing. Not only do you get all the colors, but you got different patterns. You got breathing, you got strobe light effects, you got some starry thing. You've even got a mode where the lights follow whatever is on the screen, fam. Now, I have to admit, when the lights are following whatever is on the screen, the lights are not as bright as they are when they're like in a static mode or they're just in a regular pattern. Bit weird that, don't know why. I don't know if I can turn up the intensity when they're in follow what's on the screen mode. But yeah, that's just generally what it is, fam. And there's also an audio mode as well, so that when you play music, you can get that disco party effect and it'll be doing a Mazzolini like a visualizer whilst your music is playing. So yeah, man, them RGBs are not only there to just look at, they're actually doing things, you see it? Now, if we move on to the ports and them thing there, yeah, you'll see from left to right, you got two HDMI ports, one display port. I think the display port is 1.4. You got a USB-C port, which also has display port integration inside it as well. 3.5mm. You got a USB up cable, which means that you've got a USB hub as well, fam. So you can plug a couple peripherals into the back of the monitor and then use the up cable to connect that monitor to your PC, so you get an extra couple of USB ports. You understand? Nice and simple, not too much going on here. Yeah, nice man, it's nice. And then on the other side, you've just got the power cable, which is, you know, standard procedure settings. And on the far side, you've got a little multi-function button, and I'm going to just show you some of the options that you've got in the settings menu on the front. Alright, now let me show you guys some of the monitor settings real quick. I'm not going to go too deep a dive into this, but I just want to show you what's really good in case you want to have a look. Now, first bit is smart image, so you've got like some kind of presets, you know the deal, for your gaming kind of things. So if you're doing an FPS game, if you're doing a racing game, you got all them presets there. When I'm working, I bang it on economy mode, or I bang it on low light mode. Yeah, zimmy. What else has man got here? You got game mode as well, so you got adaptive sync options, crosshair options, dynamic dark boost, sharpshooter. I don't even know what half of these do, but I thought I would just show you these anyway. If I'm smart frame, all them thing there. You got ambiglow. Now this is for the RGB on the back, and I'll show you that again in a little bit. You got a couple of nice little patterns there. Input options, audio options for obviously the 3.5mm in the back. You got your EQ there as well that you can kind of set, so that's all cool. Don't see many monitors with personalized EQ actually, so that's quite cool. And then you got your system options, OSD settings, picture-in-picture, picture-by-picture, smart size, USB settings as well. Keyboard to mouse switch thing as well. That's about. Yeah, that is pretty cool, fam, pretty cool. Then you got your setup options there as well. OLED panel care, fan control, information, reset, all them things there that you guys can possibly want in a monitor menu system. One thing that I forgot to mention earlier is that this monitor actually has built-in speakers. Now, they're not full range speakers. They're not going to be like home cinema surround sound within a monitor. I've never ever heard of that, never ever seen that, maybe in the future sometime. But these speakers are definitely enough to get you going for your regular PC tasks whilst you're sorting out your proper 2.1 system, or maybe a little soundbar, gaming headset, audio solution in it. But yeah, it does have them, and I know certain monitors that do not. Philips EVNIA, in their infinite wisdom, decided to put this 21:9 thing in front of me, quantum dot OLED, and now man is confused because I love the 32:9, but this thing, the OLED is OLEDing, fam. You understand? Not only is it brighter than my Samsung, but the contrast is better. The blacks are blacker, the whites are whiter. The colors, yeah, the saturation. You saw man playing Bridge of Spirits, Kina, what's the other thing? Tachia. Them games look so sick on this monitor. When I had them side by side here, it was like night and day. And it's weird because up till now, CRG9 Samsung was my go-to for monitor quality. And I'm not just talking in gaming, I'm talking video editing, I'm talking productivity. When man's working and man's got my Excel spreadsheets everywhere, you know, I would go to my 32:9. But right now, I've been solely working off the 21:9 because everything just looks so bang. I really don't have any issues with this monitor, and it's making me mad because I like to have like a little issue section with my videos to let people know a full rounded view of Wagwan for the things that I'm viewing. Now, the only issue I could think of with this Philips 34-inch thing is the fact that as it's OLED technology, there's a risk of screen burn. And I understand from my quick brief reading that screen burn is when you leave a static image on the screen for too long. Now, if man is doing the productivity thing and I've just got a Word document sitting there for a couple of hours, I've got an Excel spreadsheet sitting there for a couple of hours, that's potentially where the screen burn issues can come in. Two twos though, Philips EVNIA have got the OLED Care feature built directly into the monitor, which detects whether the monitor has been on for a long period of time and can help reduce the risk of screen burning on these OLED types of monitors. So like they've deeped the risk and they've even put functionality in there that can reduce it. So for me, it's very hard to complain about that, and I guess time will tell kind of thing. I guess for me, really, it's a test of time thing for the Philips EVNIA OLED thing. Obviously, I only get it for a short period whilst reviewing, but I would love to know if any of you guys have had more experience with OLEDs over a very longer period of time, depending on your workloads. And just knowing how they last, when using a lot of static content, if you're using it for productivity and them things there. But apart from that, I would be more than happy to upgrade to this 21x9 Philips EVNIA quantum dot, whatever the dot is called, guys. The quantum dot OLED thing, man would be happy to go to that from my TFT panel on my Samsung CRG9. That's all I've got to say to you. Have a little look. It is pricey, but I can't lie, it's low-key worth the price. But I think it's even the same price as my Samsung was when I first got it a couple of years back, innit? So, choice is yours, isn't it?